Jimmy's Adventure with Beepy and the Whispering Wheels. In the heart of a city that never slept, where cars danced in a rhythm of beeps and honks, lived a boy named Jimmy. With spiky black hair that matched the night sky and sky-blue eyes that sparkled with wonder, Jimmy was known for his bravery. Yet, even the most courageous hearts have their fears, and Jimmy's fear was a dislike of loud noises. Jimmy's home was a snug flat, nestled between the friendly talks of the marketplace and the laughter of the play park. Each morning, he would peek out of his window to see the city wake up, its tall buildings reaching up like giants playing catch with the clouds. But as the city burst into life with its loud sounds, Jimmy's heart would race, and he would cover his ears, hoping the noises would go away. Whenever the city's noise became too much, Jimmy's friend, a little car named Beepy, would come to his side, with round headlights that shone like two cheerful eyes. "Beep, beep," Beepy would say, his friendly sound a soft murmur against the city's noise. "You know, Jimmy, there are a lot of kids who feel just like you. You're not alone, my friend." "I wish I wasn't afraid," Jimmy would think to himself. He knew there must be a way to be around loud noises without feeling scared, but he couldn't quite figure it out. Beepy, sensing Jimmy's worry, shared a story of a little robot who had once been afraid of the dark. "But he found his inner light," Beepy explained, "and you can find your courage too." There was one thing Jimmy wished for more than anything: to join in the fun at the city's Grand Prix. The thought of the roaring engines and cheering crowds filled him with excitement, but also with worry. "I just wish I could be part of it all without feeling this fear," he sighed, a cloud of gloom nipping at his face. Deep down, Jimmy felt like the secret to overcoming his fear was right there, inside his heart. "Maybe it's like unlocking a hidden door inside me," he thought, but the key always seemed just out of reach. One sunny day, as Jimmy and Beepy explored a peaceful corner of the park, they found something extraordinary: a tiny red racing car. This was no regular toy. It hummed a tune so soft and calming that Jimmy felt a wave of peacefulness wash over him. Etched into the car's shiny paint was a question that made Jimmy's eyes widen with curiosity. "To find the whispering wheels of bravery, one must listen to the city's tune," Beepy read aloud, his voice touched with joy. Another message, hidden beneath the seat, caught their eye. "The city's heart beats fast and loud, but its rhythm can be hidden in the noise. Discover the melody, save the city." Jimmy and Beepy exchanged a look of bravery. "This could be it, Beepy. This adventure might help me with the noises," Jimmy whispered, hope shining in his eyes. With the tiny car safely tucked in Jimmy's backpack, they set out on their adventure. The city streets stretched before them, a labyrinth of excitement waiting to be uncovered. "We'll find these whispering wheels together," Beepy promised, his beep as trustworthy as a lighthouse's beam. The quest begins. As they traveled, Jimmy and Beepy talked about everything from the shapes of the clouds to the colors of the traffic lights. "Why did the car apply for a job?" Beepy joked. "To get a new break in life." Jimmy chuckled, but inside he wrestled with his thoughts. "Can I really do this? Will the loud noises be too overwhelming?" But he pushed these worries aside. "I can't let my fear stop me. I have to try." Finally, they arrived at a crossroad, unsure of which way to go. At that moment, the little red car in Jimmy's backpack started to vibrate. It hummed more loudly, its seat glowing softly, guiding them towards the correct path. A path that would lead Jimmy closer to the courage he was looking for, a braveness that was ready to be awakened by the city's lively tune. A secret gallery of courage. Guided by the gentle hum of the little red car, Jimmy and Beepy moved onwards, the city's rhythm throbbing around them like a heartbeat. The sun painted the buildings with a golden light, and the streets buzzed with action. They turned a corner and found themselves in an alley decorated with colorful pictures, where the noise of the city softened to a quiet whisper. "Look at this place," Jimmy said, his voice filled with surprise. The pictures told stories of exciting races and brave drivers. "It's like we found a hidden gallery." Beepy's headlights shone brighter, reflecting the lively colors. "Every image tells a story of bravery," he beeped warmly. "Music and the steel drums." As they admired the art, a sudden clang echoed through the alley. Jimmy flinched, his heart thumping. Clang, clang, clang. The noise grew stronger. It was a group of street artists playing steel drums, their rhythms bold and rich. Jimmy took a deep breath, and the little red car in his backpack hummed a quiet melody. Loud sounds are just sounds, he reminded himself softly, the helpful words Beepy had taught him. They can't hurt me. The music wrapped around him, and Jimmy began to tap his foot to the beat. I can be brave like my favorite heroes when it's noisy, he thought, a smile spreading across his face. I knew you could do it, Beepy cheered, his beep joining the music in harmony. The Docks Puzzle. After the music ended, a magical wind swept them away, leading them to the next encounter. They arrived at the busy city docks where ships sounded their horns and cranes groaned. Seagulls sang overhead, and the smell of the sea filled the air. Jimmy's eyes were wide with amazement at the bustling scene before him. Isn't it wonderful? Beepy asked, his engine humming with joy. But Jimmy's happiness was short-lived, as a loud foghorn sounded, making him shiver. I am safe with my friends when it's noisy, he said aloud, remembering another strong word that helped. A friendly dock worker called them over. Hey, friends, help us solve this puzzle, and we'll quiet the horn for you, he shouted over the commotion. Jimmy and Beepy went to a stack of colorful crates, each marked with a different sign. Match the crates to the ships with the same flags, and the noise will stop, the worker explained. Jimmy's ears buzzed with the sound of the horn, but he concentrated on the job. Every time I hear a loud noise, I'm learning it's okay, he told himself. Together, they sorted the crates, the signs guiding them. When the last crate thudded into place, the horn fell silent. The dock worker cheered. Well done, lads. Jimmy beamed with pride. I can choose to stay calm in noisy situations, he realized. The city's heartbeat. As the sun went lower in the sky, the little red car twinkled, its paint now shimmering with a soft silver shine. A path of floating lily pads appeared, leading them gently across the water to their next thrill. Their journey brought them to a splendid theater, where an orchestra was tuning their instruments. The air buzzed with excitement and anticipation. Jimmy's pulse quickened as the musicians practiced, their sounds mixing into a loud mixture. Welcome to the concert of the city's heartbeat, a violinist announced with a kind smile. Jimmy paused at the door, the sounds too much, but then he remembered, loud noises are a part of life, and he stepped inside. The music rose and fell, each instrument adding its voice to the concert. Jimmy closed his eyes, letting the music surround him. I am in charge of how I react to loud noises, he thought, feeling the powerful words take hold. As the last sound rang out, the audience clapped loudly. Jimmy joined in, his fear replaced by happiness, his tough look melting away to show a kind smile. You've done it, Jimmy. As Jimmy grew up, his adventures grew too. He became a helper to those who felt lost in the noise, just like he used to. One day, he met a little girl. Loud sounds are just sounds. They can't hurt you. You're safe here with us. The girl looked up, her eyes filled with amazement. Really? Really, Jimmy confirmed, sharing the helpful techniques he had learned. You can be brave, just like I learned to be. Years passed, and Jimmy's dreams became as tall as the city's skyscrapers. He became a racing driver, his heart keeping time with the roar of the engines. On quiet nights, he'd look up at the stars and think of the little red car's lullaby. And there, under the same stars that had seen his journey, Jimmy said thank you to the city, to Beepy, and to the whispering wheels of bravery that had sung their song within him, guiding him to a life where loud noises were friends, not monsters.